Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you'd like to see the channel grow, please like and subscribe. It's a small thing to do for yourself, but helps me out no end. And if you leave any comments, I always try and get back to you. So we have a Hamilton today. Now Hamilton has got a rich history in basically watches over the years. I would place them at the kind of more affordable end of Swiss timepieces, and this one really I think is no exception. The Khaki range has been out for many years, and this is kind of it's a little bit different for the Khaki, because not only do we have this PVD black finish on it, which gives it a very stealth look, I'd say, but the material used. This is a solid titanium watch that feels really strange. The bracelet almost feels wrong because it is just so light. But all the weight in this watch is purely from that movement in the back there. But anyway, before I get too far into the review, I've got to say a massive thank you to Ryan and the team over at Francis & Gay of Coventry for allowing me to review this watch. Loads of stock, guys, well worth popping in if you're in the area. If you're a bit further afield, don't worry, I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. So anyway, let's talk sizes. This model here is the 38mm one, but there is also a 42mm model available. Now, the thickness of the watch, I'm reading at 11.9mm. Obviously, there is that dome on there, so it is a little bit less as you come out to the corners. The lug to lug, so from here to here, is 46mm, and the bracelet size is 20mm. Now, the dial on this watch. We do have the very custom, kind of the norm for the Hamilton range. This kind of arrangement where you also have like the minute, the hour, and the 24-hour. Is that too much? I don't know. I'll leave you to, I'll leave that for you guys in the comments below. Now, you do have fully loomed hour markers, the pip. The hour pips going around there, and the hands. The loom isn't bad. It's maybe not as strong as others, but it is there. I do like little details like the orange tip to the second hand, followed by the corresponding minutes going round here. Nice little things like that. I like the way just Hamilton is written in bold white there. Also, you have like a twin setup to the dial. So you have this smooth inner section here, and then you have a radial brushing going on out there. Gives it a little bit extra depth, and it just helps kind of elevate that dial up a little bit. The hands themselves, they are syringe style hands, but the thing is you can't tell that on first looks because you read just to where the luminous material is in the hand there, but when you look closely you can see there is actually a further piece to both hands, but you don't actually read it, being that it's kind of black against black, so just one of those things really. Now, as we come past this, we have this really nicely formed sapphire crystal which blends beautifully to the case. Now, I like the sapphire crystal, it's really nice. The only thing I would say is I personally would like to see more AR coating on there, because when I was outside taking the outdoor shots, it really was struggling with the reflections, but yeah, it's one of those things, that's just personal choice. Now, the actual body of the watch, it's kind of simple, but done really, really well. It just looks so strange because most companies, when you have a PVD treated watch, they tend to be glossy. Now this watch obviously isn't, and being that it has this matte finish, it kind of looks like it absorbs all the light. It is quite an interesting finish, and I am surprised they went with the matte look, but it is actually quite cool. It does tend to pick up fibers a little bit. You do get kind of fibers, kind of, I wouldn't say stick to it, but you kind of notice on here because it feels like it's got a very, very fine texture to it, but it is actually, it is quite cool and something different. I'm pretty certain if you wore this on your wrist, you would get noticed because it just doesn't look right. You expect to see a bit of gloss to it. Now, as we come around here, we have the crown, no crown guards, and what I was surprised, it isn't actually a screw down crown. I thought it probably would be, but it isn't. So you just pull it straight out and it goes straight to handset. There's no ghost date setting on there. So there it is. It is actually water resistant. There is, I believe it's 100 meters of water resistance to this watch. Now, as we come round to the back, we have the tried and tested H10 movement. Now, I put this on the time grapher, and to be fair, it was doing really well. It was coming out around about +2 seconds a day. Now, it is a 25 joule movement. It does have a whopping 80 hours of power reserve, but how they do that, they slow the beat rate down. So this beat rate is a lot slower to what you'd see in many other watches, but you know, it's a trade-off for the extra 80 hours of power reserve. If that's important to you, then fair play to it. But this is it's an automatic watch, so as long as it's on your wrist, it's never going to run out of power anyway. One thing I would say is the hairspring, well, the balance spring on this, it has got a certain amount of anti-magnetic kind of properties to it. Now, you may think that's not a problem, but honestly, you would not believe how many watches getting for service are running fast just because of magnetism. So it really does help, I think, anyway. Now, the actual bracelet, as you can see, it almost looks like plastic. It is such a strange finish. But it definitely isn't. You know, you've got this full titanium feel to it. It is very, very cool. I believe it is a pin system on this, but I'm not 100% sure. Yep, it's a pin system, just checked. Now the clasp, obviously I haven't took off the plastic on this one. It's a machine fold over type, and you do have 3 levels of adjustment there. 3 levels, I would say, is all you really need. That's perfect. Now obviously it's a little bit tight because we've got all the plastic, but it's a very solid fit down there. Overall, I think the watch just has that kind of unusual look to it. It is very cool. How long the PVD treatment lasts, you know, it's designed as a rugged outdoor watch, but we'll see. But sometimes I think, you know, when I see some of these and they are marked up, they do look really cool, I think. They give it a real kind of patina to it. Let me put it on my wrist and get an idea how it looks. Quick wrist check. I am also wearing a titanium watch. I'm wearing the Zin EZM1. Yeah, classic kind of Zin there. And Bob has just outdone me like he normally does. He's wearing an Audemars Piguet. Now, this watch here, I'm going to be reviewing. I might make this a kind of Tuesday thing, start reviewing some vintage watches on Tuesday. So I'm not sure yet. We'll get into that though as time goes by. So anyway, my wrist size is 7¼ inches. So let's see how a 38mm watch looks on my wrist. And there you go. I think it looks superb. You see what I mean about this black kind of finish? It just looks kind of strange. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it is very, very different. Let me know, what you guys think of that. But overall, I think it's a cracking looking watch. Something a little bit different as well. The price of this watch, I should have stated. I think Francis & Gay have it on offer for just over 900 something pounds, which I think is quite cool for a watch which is definitely different and will stand out. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you to it with that. And most importantly, stay safe out there. All the best. Bye.